Hello there, my friends. I am Anne LaFollette, and welcome to my weekly Wednesday Live. I am super excited to be here, as always, on Wednesdays at noon Pacific time, which is 3 p.m. Eastern. And I hope that you are all having a wonderful day. And I so appreciate those of you who can join me live to chat about art, creativity, and my passion, which is surface pattern design. And today we are going to dive into my blog. I always like to start out, first of all, by asking you how you're doing. So if you are here live, jump into the comments, say hello so I can say hello back. I know that Pauline Riley is here. I have seen that Judy Hayes is here. And so if you're here, jump into the comments so I can say hi back. And most likely I will recognize your name. And then what I wanted to do is I always like to make sure you know where to find the most recent information that I'm sharing with you about art, creativity, and service design. And every week I write a blog, and I write a blog on a variety of different topics. One of the fun things I've been doing this summer that you have probably seen if you have been opening my email on Tuesday morning or joining me here on Wednesdays is I've been doing spotlights on some of my amazing students in my Doodles program, my Pattern Design Academy program, and also in my membership program, and also some of my masterminders, people who are in my beautiful creative business mastermind program. Hello, Lisa Smith. It's great to see you here. I see your name popping up in the comments. And you jumped onto my YouTube channel. That's fantastic. I appreciate you. And so today, one of the things I wanted to talk about was the fact that when you have a creative business, each of our creative businesses probably look quite different. And one of the things about my creative business is that I started it in 2019. Actually, it was after I had gotten laid off from my corporate job, and I'd actually gotten laid off from my corporate job in like it's 3 years prior to that. And I tried to get another corporate job, and I just never, it was hard, right? It was hard, and I was getting older and older. And long story short is I decided that I would reinvent myself instead of trying to get another job and work for somebody else. And it's been really a magnificent journey starting in 2019 when I got really serious about learning, well, what does it take to have an online business and an online creative business doing something that I truly love, which is teaching surface pattern design. And in the early days, I was really honing my craft, right? I was learning how to put my own designs on wrapping paper, on fabric, on a variety of other things you can see behind me, like the mug that you can see there. There are also some additional fabrics like right up here. And so I was really honing my skills so that I would feel comfortable kind of teaching what my passion and also understanding, well, what's the best way for me to do that? And I discovered that the best way for me to do that was with an online course. And the reason for that is because when you create an online course, you're creating an amazing asset, right? It has recorded videos in it. It has a Facebook support group. It has Q&As so that you can get your questions answered right away. And it has lots of practice support, and it has a beautiful workbook. And so you're building an amazing asset that you can then sell over and over and over and over again. You essentially build it once, and then you sell it over and over again. And of course, I didn't know how to do this. And my mom, I don't know about your mom, but my mom always told me that if you see something that you really want to learn how to do, you need to go find people who know how to do it and then learn from them, because you're essentially speeding your process through the learning curve with someone who knows exactly how to do it to get you to where you want to be. And why try to piece it together yourself, try to figure it out on your own? It's way more efficient. It's way more efficient. And so as I started to do my research around, well, who is the best person for me to learn from? And this was back in 2019. And so Amy Porterfield popped up in my news feed, in my Facebook news feed. And she has a podcast. She does a podcast twice a week. And she is really an incredible online entrepreneur. And she has one single focus. And that's the reason that she's so successful, because she doesn't have shiny object syndrome. She has one specific focus, which is teaching people how to create an online course. She calls it a digital course because you sell it online. It's not an in-person course. So of course, having done a lot of research, I discovered that she really is the best at this. And so I purchased her program, which is called the Digital Course Academy. And I've been following her ever since. And I now have a variety of courses. I have a course and a membership, and she is kind of my North Star. If I had to describe like the one mentor who everything I learned from her, I implement. And it's been very successful. It works if you implement it the way she teaches it, and the way that you have to do the work. You have to do the work, but then you have to implement to see if it's going to work for you. And it does. It does. And so anyway, I am like a super proud affiliate of hers. When you find mentors who've really made a big impact in your life, and they've really changed the trajectory of your life, because I was sitting there in 2019. I had lost my corporate job. My whole identity had been my corporate job, and I really liked the income I made from my corporate job. And so my goal was, I got to figure out how to replace that income without going back into a job working for somebody else. I want to run my own show. I want to have my own, I want to create my own business. So I'm my own boss. And the best way for me in my particular situation to do that was to learn from the very best about how to create an online course that I have been able to sell over and over and over again, and brings me a very, very nice income. So I wanted to give you a little bit of that background today. And then also, of course, I want to share with you what I wrote about, so you can learn a little bit more about this boot camp that Amy has coming up. And so let me see if I can share my screen. And you know where to find my website, but I always like to give you the URL. So Pauline will pop the URL into the chat, but it's AnnaFolletteArt.com. My name is kind of hard to spell, so you can both see it kind of up here, all along the top right here. This is AnnaFolletteArt.com, but it's also like down here. You just take the spaces out, but I wrote it really, really big here down in the blue area so that it's easier for you to see how to spell it all. And when you land on this, here I am, I'm in my studio, and slightly different wrapping papers behind me today than I do in the photo, but you recognize the space. And if you go to my blog, which is this big red button over here on the right, if you click on the blog, and let me see if I can do that here, you will pop over to what I wrote about on Tuesday. And so I write a blog every single Tuesday. And so this past week, my blog topic was all about Amy Porterfield's Bootcamp, which is called Course Confident. So let me know if you have questions in the comments. But what's a bootcamp? That might be your first question. It's like, well, Ann, what is a bootcamp? So let me click in to the actual blog post itself so that you can see the description of what it is. And I'm going to talk about it a little bit. Right? So a boot camp essentially is a great way for you to come into a fairly small group of people, because it's a paid boot camp. It costs $47. And that gives you entry into special training that Amy Porterfield is going to provide about how to become confident that you have a good course idea, because you need to start with a course idea. You need to learn a little bit about, well, how might you price that course? What might that look like? And then also, what are some of the best ways for you to build an audience who are going to be interested in buying your course? So those are the first three things that everyone needs to spend a little bit of time understanding and diving into. And so she, as I mentioned in the blog here, she's going to give you examples of what other people are charging for their courses. She's also going to talk about how different courses are structured. One of the incredibly powerful ways to get started is something called a workshop course. And she's also going to talk about how to attract people to purchase your online program, right? Your digital program. So I'm an affiliate for her. So when you go to my the blog and you click any of these big red bold words, Course Confident, those are affiliate links that are going to take you over to where you can learn more about what she's actually offering and where you can actually sign up for it. And I only affiliate for 3 people. And that's because I'm very selective in the programs I take and the people who I want to support and the people who've made the biggest impact in helping me be successful in my creative journey. And there's no extra cost to you. It just means that if you sign up through me, I might get a commission. So I wanted to tell you that, and then I thought it would be helpful for me to click one of these links so we can then talk a little bit about, okay, so what else is she going to cover in this boot camp? And the reason I'm talking about it today, and today is September 4th, is because if you sign up by tomorrow, so if you sign up today or tomorrow, she's actually giving you a bootcamp bonus. And the bootcamp bonus is 2 systems that she swears by to fast track your digital course success. And so the bootcamp itself starts next week, but if you sign up for it either today or tomorrow, before the end of the day, on the 5th, you get this extra bonus as well. So let me just click through here and you will pop over to her, this is basically called an enrollment page, right? And so she's got a countdown timer up here, which is super important because you want to sign up before this bonus expires. So she's showcasing for you right here at the top of the page. And then let's see, I guess I need to, let's see if I can. What I was trying to do is to see if I could accept all these cookies, but I don't know if I can do that while I'm in my studio here. So you can scroll down on this page, right? A digital course is the #1 way to serve more people and earn more income, because when you have a digital course, you can find people to buy it and you can sell it over and over and over again, right? So she's got some great examples on here, right? And people create courses on all kinds of different topics, right? All kinds of different topics, like anything that you are knowledgeable about, where you've gotten a positive result for yourself or for someone else. So there's lots of courses on coaching. There's lots of courses actually about people supporting other teachers in the school world, in the school system, right? With either workouts or with lesson plans. There are also people who do coaching, but they also then have online programs to support and reach more people with the techniques that they employ. And they're cooking classes online that are super, super fun. And so I think that what is important is to just open up your mind to what could this look like for me? And do you want to spend $47 to learn more about it? That is such a low price point, right? To learn more about it. And that's what I did, Right? That's what I did. And then I went on, of course, to actually purchase her bigger program, which is called Digital Course Academy, that she'll open up at the end of the boot camp. But in the meantime, the very, very first step is to just learn about this topic, even if you think like, I've never even thought of this before. But I'm a lifelong learner, so I'm always interested in learning new things. And I really, really wanted to create a successful business that I knew I could kind of rinse and repeat. I wasn't going to have to create something new every single year. And isn't that a relief? So for $47 in Course Confident, you're going to get the first 4 crucial steps to creating and selling a digital course, right? And so the first training is on September 12th, right? So it starts next week. Then she has one on September 16th, which is a couple days later. Then she has one on September 17th, and then the final one is on the 18th. And you're going to walk away from the boot camp with a digital course topic, right? She's going to help you come up with your own idea. And you can see that one of her guests who took it last year said, I came into this with a few ideas, but this triggered another idea for me that actually lights me up even more than my initial idea. Isn't that fantastic? Course type. What does that mean? So course type means, do you want to do actually a workshop course that you could get started with right away because you can teach it live? You can teach it live on Zoom. Or do you want to do something which is sort of a little bit of a deep dive on one topic? And she goes into this whole methodology that she has honed over the years. And Amy Porterfield's been doing this for 14 years. And so she's the best person to learn from. Even if you just want to dip your toe in the water, it's just an incredible way for you to gain an incredible amount of knowledge about, well, what is this whole online course universe, right? And I'm sure you're seeing more and more and more online course offerings on your Facebook feed, right? And so many of those people have learned how to create courses from Amy Porterfield. So the other is the perfect course price, because we're all really curious about, well, wait a minute, how am I going to price it? I don't know how to price it. And so Maxine said, I wish I'd had this starting my business. These numbers are great for steadying my nerve and giving me emotional support around pricing, which is great. And then you'll also, this is so important, you need an audience to sell to, right? And so you need to start to create your own community. So I have, over the last 5 years, created this wonderful community, and I love you all to the moon and back, and you're part of my hashtag Anne's Universe, right? You're part of my hashtag Anne's Universe, but how do you create your own universe of supporters and people who are interested both in your free programs and also in your paid programs? And so you need to grow your email list, and that is, you do that by creating a course-focused lead magnet. And a lead magnet is essentially an opt-in where you ask people to opt into your email list so that you can tell them more about what you love to do and about your course. So it's really amazing. It's fantastic. It's a huge amount of value. And then she's also going to intersperse a whole bunch of stories behind the scenes and launch details, which is incredibly valuable as well, right? Super, super, super helpful. And it's $47, and it all takes place starting next week for about 2 weeks. It runs for 2 weeks. And so you're going to get 4 revenue predicting decisions made in 2 weeks. Just kind of blows your mind, right? It kind of blows your mind. So I wanted to make sure that I was giving you enough background around it, and also why I am supporting Amy, because Amy is the guru who I went to 5 years ago when I was just getting started, reinventing myself from having it was not a 9-to-5 job. It was a 7-to-7 job, including weekends, because I was in retail. And when I got laid off, I decided I didn't want to go back. I mean, I did try to go back because I didn't know any better. I'd always had a corporate job. But when I couldn't get another one because I have white hair and there's a lot of ageism here in the United States, instead of being upset, instead of continuing to hit my head against the wall, I decided, you know what? We can do hard things. I can learn new skills, and I want to be my own boss. And so my goal was to become my own boss. And I wanted to learn all about how do you teach something that you're passionate about online, something that you're incredibly good at, that you've helped others get great results in. And so I decided to go down this path. And as I mentioned, my mom always said, find the people who are doing exactly what you want to learn how to do and learn from them. because it's so much more efficient and so much faster, so that they've already created a system. It makes no sense for you to try to create a system of your own. They have a proven system, a proven framework, and so go learn it. And I'm a very good student. And so I bet you're a very good student too. If you've always loved to learn, and there are a variety of different things you've done in your life that you're actually very good at, those are all potential great course ideas, right? So especially for those of us who are at this stage in our life, we have such great experiences, either jobs we've had in the past and we actually want to monetize those jobs by teaching the skills we learned in those jobs. That's a totally different sort of path to go down. I didn't want to teach people the stuff I was doing in corporate. I wanted to do something creative, do something much, much more creative. And so you might be a crafter or a knitter, or you might do stitching, or you might actually be a watercolor painter, or you might have a completely different crafting business, or you might sell art prints and you want to showcase what your actual process is for creating them so that other people can be successful doing that as well. And so you're sharing the knowledge that you have acquired over the years, and you're putting it into the form of a digital course. And you then have an asset that you can sell over and over and over again, and influence and impact a larger community, because we have the ability to do that today based on our ability to do what I'm doing right now. Come on live, talk to you, say hello. The replay will be out here forever, so more people can watch it later today and tomorrow and into the future. It's incredible what we have the ability to do these days. But my biggest piece of advice is don't try to figure it out on your own, right? Figure out if you're interested in having a digital course as part of your either creative business, or maybe you want it as a side gig so that you can leverage yourself out of your current job and over time segue into having a business like mine. So let me take a quick glance at the comments to see if I missed anything that you guys were saying. And hello, Lisa. Hello, Lisa. Yes, so I affiliate for 3 people. And so thank you for asking. So I affiliate for Bonnie Christine, who I absolutely adore, who's a service pattern designer. I also affiliate for Barbell Dressler, who's also a service pattern designer. She just offered her program called Repertoire, which is fantastic. 2 really, really different courses. And, I have my own course called the Pattern Design Academy. So you might say, well, why are you sending people to your competition? And it's like, they're not my competition. We all teach it really, really, really differently. And if you went to college and you picked a major, you took a whole bunch of different courses in that major. Right? So it's just the same thing, right? That if you loved French literature, then you read a whole bunch of French literature, and you learned about the history of French literature, and you read a whole bunch of French novels. And every one of those, you didn't consider those different courses that you were taking as being competitive with one another. No, they're bringing you into this incredibly beautiful environment where everybody teaches differently and has a different set of skills, and you come away that much richer by taking a variety of different courses on a particular topic. And then I affiliate for Amy Porterfield, because Amy Porterfield is the person who taught me how to create my surface pattern design course. And so thank you for that question. That is a really lovely question. All right, fantastic. Well, you know me, I can talk for a long time, and I'm sure that you are all busy and have other things to do. But if you've ever been interested in taking something that you know, and something where you've achieved results yourself, or you've achieved results for yourself and for others, that is a perfect topic for you to start to noodle about for a digital course. And Lisa, I would have to double check to see if you're on my email list, but if you are, one of the things, go back and make sure that you've seen some of my past emails about Amy Porterfield, just in the past couple weeks, because she has a free AI tool. It's not AI Adobe Illustrator, it's AI artificial intelligence, I sent out an email with a link to her free AI tool where you can brainstorm your course ideas. And so you probably got it, and maybe you've been playing around with it already. But in any event, thank you for your question. Okay, so do you say that this also works for memberships? Absolutely works for memberships. Yeah, it totally does work for memberships. And the concept behind the thing about memberships, Lisa, here's the thing about memberships, because I have a membership too. So here's the biggest difference between a course and a membership. And it depends a little bit about, like, tell me in the comments, like, what type of membership do you already have? Are you thinking of? But the biggest difference, and this is helpful for all of you, here's why I started with a course first. A course is one asset. You don't have to change it. I have to update mine from time to time because Adobe Illustrator has, it's about Adobe Illustrator and Surface Design. So from time to time, you have to update it because Adobe Illustrator has updates. But essentially, you have a course and you sell the same course over and over and over again. If there's content in it that has become outdated, you need to update that, of course. But essentially, it's one asset that you sell over and over and over again. And you're live with your cohort, but generally you're live with that cohort from 6 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 12 weeks. You can decide how long you want that course to be, but it's finite. The point I'm trying to make is it's finite. Once that 12 weeks is over, you can move on to doing something else. A membership is ongoing, right? So a membership is something where people come into your membership and then you have to feed the membership. You have to provide them with value every single month of the year. If it's an ongoing membership, which most memberships are. So if you join the gym, you have to pay a fee to go to the gym every single month, and you go to the gym and you're going to use the pool one month, and then maybe the next month you're going to use the weights, or maybe you're going to take a spin class, or maybe you're just going to go there and go to the spa. But you have access to material that's being provided to you by the gym. So if you have a membership like my membership, which is called Anne's Atelier, and atelier means creative space, right? A workshop in French. Every month you get 4 things in my membership, right? We have a couple of Zoom calls every month. We have one of them's a Q&A. We have some training every month. We also have a spotlight on someone in the membership or a guest. And so every single month you are creating content, you're interacting with your members. And so it never goes away until you shut it down. So when you think of your world and how you want to build your business, that's why I started with the course first, because I wanted to have some breaks in between when I offered the course, right? Because as soon as you have a membership, you are in that membership supporting your members every single week with something. Maybe it's depending on the type of membership, maybe you're only in there twice a month. But does that make sense? Tell me in the comments if that makes sense. So the concept is very similar, where you can teach something in a membership and then you can open the membership up from time to time to bring new members in. And so that part of it is kind of similar, but the biggest difference is that a course is an asset that you can sell over and over again. It doesn't have to be updated very much. Just from time to time, there might be things you have to update. You deliver it over some finite period of time, somewhere between 6 weeks and 12 weeks, and then it's over, right? It's over. Whereas a membership never ends. You're always feeding it. Okay, so let's see. Are you still there, Lisa? Did you have a follow-up? I know there's always a little bit of a delay between when you actually type it in and when I see it showing up. Hello, Virginia Howard. It's great to see you. And Lydia's here too. Hello, Lydia. How are you? So Lydia and I are classmates, and I think we're coming up on a really, really big reunion. And Valerie is here. That's fantastic. And hello, Laura. I can see that Laura is here as well today. And okay, cool. So Lisa said that makes total sense. That makes total sense. Great. Fantastic. Any other questions before I let you go? It is 12:34, and I really like to be sensitive and just come on for about a half an hour. And hopefully this has been informative. You've had a chance to kind of think a little bit about the difference between a course and a membership, and that I have introduced you to one of my favorite mentors of all time, who's Amy Porterfield. And I've told you a little bit about her upcoming boot camp and why you might want to sign up for it and where to go to sign up for it. So to sign up for it, go to annlafollettart.com, click the red button in the upper right-hand corner that says blog. And the most recent blog is all about her course. It's called Course Confident, and there's a beautiful picture of Amy on the page. And let me see, I can go back here to show you where it is. I'm going to click my cute little button to share my screen again. Here you go. This is my website, annlafollettart.com. And then you go to the red button that is over here on the right. You click the blog button. And then here is the fabulous Amy Porterfield in a beautiful white suit. And she has a live boot camp to get your digital course clarity, attract your audience, and show up with confidence online. And you can read all about it. Just click on the image so that you pop right into the actual article. My computer's thinking, but it's going to go there in just 1 second. There you go. And then you can read more of the details right here. And then you can click any one of those red links to pop over to her actual enrollment page. It's the best $47 you'll probably ever spend. It's like going to college for $47. And right? Who doesn't want to go to college for $47? Right? So with that, I will come back on screen and I will say goodbye. And of course, I will be back next week on Wednesday. Pretty much come rain or shine, unless I'm on an airplane. I am here in my beautiful creative studio, coming to talk to you about art, creativity, and surface design. So with that, I always like to say in closing that I am Anne LaFollette, and it's never too late to create. Bye for now, and I'll see you next week.